this exercise will help you a lot, because I suggest this thing to a lot of learners, and I myself do this practice. Now
So
you're
good
beautiful.
morning.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Nishi. How are you doing today?
Today I am doing lots of things, and today I have fast. Thursday I
Okay.
keep fast. Yes, ma'am. So I make some delicious, I think, carrot halwa, and after that
Okay.
I read something book and get the new vocab. I didn't know anything, so I note
Mhm.
down in my our notebook. Then you call
Okay.
me, and then I will also ready. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
I also waiting for
Fine.
you when I'm connected with me. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I am always in that dilemma how to give time, specific time, because you never know what what another kick is waiting for a homemaker, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes children they demand something, sometimes family members they demand something. So that's why I can't. Often I don't give any specific time, because I myself don't know when I'll get some time for my session. So as soon as I got free, I messaged you that now I am free, so we can connect. So you
We
are
had
observing.
sample to all of our family. Then I feel free. Yes, ma'am.
Mm, yes,
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's the thing. And once you are free, you never know what your family members are going to ask you for, right? So
Right.
sometimes guests are there. Sometimes doodh wala is there. Sometimes garbage wala is there. Sometimes sabji wala is there. So it's
Yes,
like a
ma'am.
roller
All time
coaster.
busy. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I
Actually,
understand.
today I have to buy veggies because I'm running out of vegetables. Now I sat here, so I can hear sabji wala is downstairs, but I'll
Okay.
buy after this session. So it happens with me, and it's my everyday story. I can't say ki
Yes,
aaj hi
sorry,
ho raha
ma'am.
hai, it's my everyday story.
Yeah.
Right. So you just told me that you are observing a fast. So it's Thursday today, so which
Yeah.
fast?
Ma'am, Thursday fast only. I think Brihaspati
Okay.
Bhagwan fast. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so every Thursday
Every.
you keep a fast. Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's a very
Okay.
difficult task for me. Yeah.
Yes, observing a fast is for me it's a hard nut to crack. I only observe two fasts a year. In a year, one is Karwa Chauth and the other one is Shivratri. That's it. Because for me, fasting is a big deal. I can't keep
Yeah.
myself energetic during fast, and actually I have acidity issues also, so it affects
Yeah,
me.
I also, ma'am. I also have
Hmm.
acidity problem. That's why my mother-in-law told me, okay, that finish, you shut down. But I think so.
Hmm.
In next month, I think I shut down this.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Huh. Because after fasting, no, I feel nauseous, and I
Yeah.
feel like throwing up, no. So it
Mhm.
happens.
For me,
That's
no,
why.
ma'am. I feel very tired after fast. But now
Hmm.
today and after tomorrow, I will be free. I am very happy, exhausted.
Huh.
I feeling. Yeah. And
Hmm.
then I have
Yes, the
fasting. That
next
time I
day.
feel okay. I want to eat golgappa. So that's.
Right. Actually, we feel exhausted the next day. Where the day we observe a fast, that day passes in a good way. But the next day we feel
That's
tired and fatigued, right? Yes, it
right.
happens. Okay. So, Nishi, we just continue with our day-to-day lives conversation. But yes, I want to know about more about you. I only know your name, so tell something about you.
My name is Nishi. I belong to Bihar. I live in Mumbai. I completed BSc graduation 2015 and I got married 2018. I have raised two kids, one son and one daughter. And if you talk about my hobby is shopping, traveling. Nowadays I love to connect people and I love to talk in English with English conversation. I love talk to each other.
Okay. And how did it come to your mind? How did you think of starting having these conversation? What was the reason?
And this is passion since childhood, ma'am. I am very passionate, but
Okay.
I have no involvement for speaking English. But my grandfather
Hmm.
taught me on English. But childhood ignore all child.
Hmm.
No, I have no time and some whatever. So I not contain regular, but whatever I learn in English through my grandfather. That's it. And
Okay.
why did I start? So when I attained PTI, kids PTI, in that time I feel very
Mhm.
glad why I didn't speak in English in front of because these ladies I also lady. So same are
Hmm.
So why I did not ask in English? Because I have lots of time. I don't go out of home, so that's why I start.
Mm.
Okay, I can do something, and I speak in journey because English you given lots of opportunity and lots of
Yes.
platform. When did you start? And when you start this English conversation, you get lots of
Mm.
energetic and you develop our personality also. So that's why
Right.
yeah, this is good platform
Mm.
for me, and I started.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful, Nishi. You just took a very good step, and yes, it's true that English plays a crucial role in today's life. We can't ignore this thing, right? Example of children's PTM. So I think for homemakers, this is the biggest reason because I heard so many women they are coming out of their comfort zone to learn this language because they want to flaunt themselves confidently during the PGMs, right? So this is very nice initiative, and it's not easy to take this step. If you are a homemaker, you are always surrounded with your family members, and your plate is always full with a lot of stuff, right? But if you are sparing some time for yourself to upskill yourself, that's a wonderful thing. I feel so proud. I feel so proud when I come to know that there are women who want to upskill themselves, not for any job, not for anything else, but just to upgrade themselves, just to update themselves. That's a wonderful thing, and we should do this. We should do this.
It's not
Mm.
important you do any out of the job and you do very
Yes.
compulsory you doing job. It's a very important you
Mm.
gain lots of knowledge. And when you live
Yes.
in society, you speak some words, then it's
Mm.
enough. Yes, ma'am. It's a
Mm.
very important you gain lots of knowledge through
Right.
social and through news related knowledge, yeah, English
Mm.
related knowledge. Because the knowledge is didn't waste any. It's grown up
Mm.
your
Mm.
personality. Also important your kids. Nowadays kids syllabus is very hard, ma'am. Yeah. In
Right.
private
Yes.
sector, yeah, very important and all subject in
Mm.
English, GK, computer. So you
Yes.
gain when you have time, all of women, when you have time, you gain lots of
Mm.
information. And don't give excuse, I have no time because
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So because I
Right.
also have
Right.
no time, but yeah, I
Mm.
want to know. I grown up our personality. We should
Mm.
grown up all women. We should grown up our personality. So that's why our give some 2 minutes, our 45 minutes,
Mm.
and you when you have lots of time, you give our on 1 hour.
Mm.
It's sufficient. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. True that. True that. And see, when we connect with different people, it's not that we are just working on our language or communication skills. We get to know so many things about different culture, their lifestyle, right? And their
Yes,
mindsets also. So in a way, we are becoming more socialized, I believe, and we get to know so many new things, right? As we connected today, I got to know that you are observing a fast on Thursday for Brihaspati, right? So in this way, I got to know one new thing, right? So yes, it's like it's a merging of cultures, different culture, right? I love having conversation with different people, especially women and homemakers.
I
That's
also, ma'am.
I
I
love.
also talking women.
Yes.
I'm not
Be-
connected in
mm,
that right now. I'm not connected to any main because I have
mhm.
hesitation, lots of
Ah,
hesitation. In
yes.
future, what happen?
Right.
I don't because I
Mm,
have learned not
mm.
any modes of knowledge about that. I am
Yes.
learner, so that's why I also connect with
It's
each other.
obvious. It's obvious. Though I have conversations with the male or with the men also, but I feel comfortable with women and homemakers. I don't feel that I need to be formal while having a conversation. If like right now, I am not being formal at all. I am myself. I am Neha here, so I don't have to pretend something else, right? Because I feel comfortable with you, so that's it. It's all about your comfort zone. If you feel like going for a conversation with male, then you can go. Otherwise, it's completely your call whenever you feel like. And there are so many women on this platform.
Yeah,
So
I also connect main
mm,
with audio call, not I connected video
mm,
call. Video call I
okay,
connect only women. Yes, ma'am, because I am hesitation.
it's
I don't know
perfectly fine. Yes,
who is what is nature and
yes.
yeah, behavior. So
It's
that's why.
huh. and we need to create that shield for to protect us. It's mandatory also. Whenever I get any mail, I make sure that I should know about that person. Who is he? Is he running a YouTube channel? So first I visit that person's YouTube channel. I try to uh, observe that person. Then only I say yes for a conversation. And I think it should be we should take these kind of precautions. There is nothing bad if we are doing this, right? Okay. So
It's
tell me,
very
Nishi, what do you
important.
think?
Careful, yeah,
Hmm.
careful
Yes.
about other things. Yes, ma'am. But no person is blame. I think some is there, but
Hmm.
I feel
Yes.
good.
We can't. Yes, we can't judge or we can't say that every one comes with a negative vibe. No, it's not like that. And life goes in this way. Sometimes we meet with good people, sometimes we have some bad experiences also. Even I had some bad experiences during these conversation when people try to they try to harass us in a very condescending or with their supercilious attitude. But the thing is, life teaches us, right? And it's up to us how do we take those experiences. So now I try to confirm who's the person whom I am going to have a conversation. If I feel like going for that conversation, only then I say yes. And this is I think this is also part of our life, right? Yes. Okay. So Nishi, do you have any question?
I have no question because I listen lots of conversation video and you and other
Mhm.
ma'am because I have gained lots of information and how I improve our English, how I improve our
Hmm.
fluency, and when I take grammar rule regulations. So I know, but you have question for me, so you ask me because ma'am I don't I don't have
Okay,
asking, but I have only
that's
talking.
also wonderful because you know what happens every time people come with same questions. Ma'am, how to work on our vocabulary? Ma'am, how to is grammar necessary or not? How did you learn? So I feel so dull, giving or repeating my answers again and again in each and every conversation. So I love that you don't have these kind of questions because of course now we have so many videos on YouTube and we know how to work on our communication skills, right? What steps do we need to take to upskill ourselves? So that's wonderful. First of all, let me tell you that you have a beautiful smile. It's like I would say that you have a contagious smile. Literally, I love the way you are presenting yourself. And now tell me, how do you practice? Apart from these sessions, do you practice with your kids? Or what are the steps you take to enhance your vocabulary?
Yeah, I would to say, ma'am, I truly say you because I have no lots of time. I have one
Hmm.
and a half hour I given this conversation video anyhow. And first time I connect audio call when I have time. And when I didn't in my mood, I connect to any audio call
Yes.
and I read book
Hmm.
and I gain some vocab idioms also. And then after
Hmm.
I have lots of time, I go to stories book, cartoon book, and when I go work in kitchen, in that time I listen conversation, podcast, English movies. Sometimes I watch. That's it, ma'am. And
Hmm.
sometimes I
Very good.
speak with our kids when
Hmm.
they are ready because I have no involvement in
Yes.
culture. So when in mood, I talk in English with my kids
Hmm.
also.
Huh. And you know what? When we speak English with our kids or with our family members, sometimes we don't feel it a very natural process. We feel like we are playing an act, right? And our
Yeah,
conversation ends up in a hilarious conversation, right? So yes, it happens with I guess with everyone. But yes, now I just want to tell you when you read, it's good. It's very good that you are reading because reading is a kind of exercise for our brain. It stimulates our brain, right? So while reading, give some time when you read aloud. Okay, every time don't just read in your head.
yeah.
Sometimes, okay, if you are reading a book, if it is a particular book of an author, then you just read आराम से, ठीक है? But yes, while reading story books, try to read aloud. जैसे बोल बोल के पढ़ते हैं ना, in this way your tongue will get that habit of speaking
Split
these words,
split of tongue.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Very
Yes,
important. Yes.
right. So we need to have that acquaintance with the pronunciation, how to pronounce a word, right? So while reading, give some time when you read aloud. Every time, don't just read in your head. This exercise will help you a lot, because I suggest this thing to a lot of learners, and I myself do this practice. Because most of the time, when we are just listening to some content, we are watching, right? And we are speaking, we are reading. So all these kind of activities are, in my point of view, this is passive learning, because we are just gaining knowledge
Yeah,
while
yeah.
reading, listening, and watching. We are just gaining
Awesome.
knowledge. We are, right, absorbing so much of content, but we need to implement that knowledge, because at the end of the day, we want to speak flawless. So until you speak, now every time you can't get any partner to speak with,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the best way. So read aloud. Reading aloud gives you the information, or it provides you the accurate way to
Mm-hmm.
express yourself. ठीक है? So
Mm-hmm.
बोल बोल के पढ़ो, and tell your kids to do the same. अपने बच्चों को भी बोलो. Every time, don't just read in your head. Sometimes, no, just take any book, कुछ भी निकालो, and start reading aloud. Na? He was
Mm-hmm.
in the market. He had money. He was looking for mangoes. And in this way, when there is a comma, you need to give थोड़ा सा pause. When there is a full stop, you need to give again थोड़ा सा बड़ा वाला pause. ठीक है?
Mm-hmm.
वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन, कहाँ पे अप जाना है, कहाँ पे डाउन जाना है. वाइल रीडिंग स्टोरीज, इफ देयर इज एनी डायलॉग, तो आपकी टोन चेंज होनी चाहिए. ठीक है? बिकॉज वी कांट स्पीक इन दैट मोनोटनस वे. एक ही वे में बोलेंगे तो इट डजंट साउंड गुड. ठीक है? स्टोरी टेलिंग इज द बेस्ट वे. जैसे स्टोरी टेलिंग में
Yeah.
कभी क्रो का डायलॉग आया, राइट? सो डायलॉग जो रीडिंग है ना, दैट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स अस टू अंडरस्टैंड टोन मॉड्यूलेशन, जो वॉइस के एक्यूरेसी होती है, कहाँ अप जाना, कहाँ डाउन जाना है. ठीक है? सो दीज एक्टिविटीज कैन हेल्प अस to understand the basic concept of
Yeah.
this language, right? How to be expressive. And you can tell these tricks to your kids also,
Hmm. Yes.
right? Okay, because it's not mandatory to use so many idioms, phrases, or so many big words. The
Yeah.
main part is how to be presentable, how to present
Okay.
yourself in a very natural way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you are having a conversation with your teachers, if sorry, with your kids teacher, है ना? So if you're speaking English, it doesn't sound that you are struggling to find
Mm-hmm.
words, to articulate your thoughts. Okay,
Yeah.
it should be, the conversation should be very natural and in a rhythm.
Mm.
Okay, and
Mm.
it happens only with practice and with consistency and with certain strategies, but strategies should be practical.
Practical. Yeah, of course,
Okay,
ma'am. Mm-hmm.
right? So every time when you are expecting your kids PTM, you know what questions you are going to ask that teacher. So make a list of
Mm-hmm.
those questions, read
Mm-hmm.
those questions again and again, practice those questions. At least you can ask those questions confidently in English.
Confidently. Yeah,
Okay,
of
initially
course.
we can take these steps. Gradually, when we become comfortable with this language, then we don't need to do these kind of things. Then we are confident enough to have that spontaneous conversation, right? So
Mm-hmm.
these are
Mm-hmm.
the basic chote se tips which really help us.
Mm. Yes, ma'am. I will do. Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Definitely.
So what
Welcome.
are your plans to for your lunch today?
Today lunch is my when I receive my kids, then I take lunch after that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So you go to pick your kids up from your school, from
Yeah,
the school.
ma'am. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Through the scooty, ma'am. Yeah. I drive a
Sorry?
scooty. Through a scooty, ma'am. I drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I drive
Mm-hmm.
a scooty. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's yeah.
Fine. Chalo.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
let's see,
that
ma'am, give me feedback. Which point is my I am making a mistake and my leaking conversation to the video.
see, you are confident enough, you are natural while speaking. You need to work on a little bit on conjunctions or using is-mr while speaking. Sometimes you just miss these words, otherwise it's okay, right? Little bit on certain words pronunciation. Not a big deal. Thoda. Okay, and it will come with these kind of sessions only when you will practice. That's why I suggested you to read aloud.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, because you
Sure.
just mentioned that you are in habit of listening. You are doing all the three modules. You are listening, you are watching, you are reading. Okay, yes, you don't get that exposure where you can speak up apart from these sessions or those audio calls, right? So try to read aloud, right?
Yeah.
And one more thing you can add to be more specific with your pronunciation or with all these conjunctions. Try to learn any story. Let's say
Yeah.
Thirsty Crow or The Fox and the Grapes. We know these stories, and record
Yeah. Yeah.
yourself while explaining these stories. In this way,
Yes. Yes.
you can see yourself. You will
Yeah,
judge yourself.
my kids watch lots of stories, English cartoons. So
Yes,
I also listen and listen
right.
each other. Yeah, ma'am.
So try to, now you know the story, turn your camera on, phone's camera, and sit and try to explain. Just imagine that you are telling a story to the crowd, to some audience, or you are a teacher and you are explaining, you are telling this story to your students, and
Mm-hmm.
express yourself in that way with gestures, with expressions. This is
Yeah.
going to be helpful. Okay.
Mm. Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
chalo.
ma'am. You are giving me lots of information. Thanks.
Okay, Rishi. So, thank you so much for connecting with me, and I'll definitely see you again very soon. So now, I want to wrap this session up because I have another session. So it was such a beautiful session with you. I won't say intriguing, interesting, but it was beautiful session with you.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. I am very grateful.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So if you take care, and have a nice day. Okay.